The graph. So the graph is arguably the most used protocol in all of crypto. In fact, you can make a lot of very clear statistical justifications for why it is. While it isn't sexy, while it isn't exciting because it's data is where the money is. I talk about this all the time. Now, before I get into the graph and what's happening this year, if you're new here, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up these cryptos. These were coins I thought were going to do very, very well, make a lot of money, which is why I bought them. You can see what these coins were worth when I recorded my videos, the highs that they hit 16 months on, and what your profits would have been from $100 into each. If you'd have done that for each one, you'd have made over 123 grand in that time. Now, the thing is look, we're in a bull cycle. If you have cryptos that you're not happy with, have a look at copymycrypto.com because you ain't got 16 months to sort things out. On copymycrypto.com, I share with my members all the coins that I own. And whenever I'm ready to buy or sell a coin, I will tell my members the coin, all about it, along with why I'm buying or selling and the price that I'm doing it at. This means my members get in and out of crypto the same price as me, so they make the same profit and they don't have any work to do at all. And if you go onto my site, you'll be able to see some of the profits my members have made. You'll be able to see some of my past successes as well, which are public record. You can go onto the old videos on this channel and you can verify everything that you see, everything that you watch. And if after doing that, you really like what you see and you want to hear more, you want to hear about the cryptos that I own, the ones I think are going to be the big winners of the cycle, like I predicted with Phantom back in 2020 when it went up nearly 700 times. Phantom is now known as Sonic, by the way. But if you want to find out the coins I'm in, all you have to do that is join up on the site, guys. Now the graph. So the graph is data. The graph is data. Now, it is worth noting they're backed by some big names: Coinbase, CoinFund, DCG, Fabric, Framework, Ledger, Prime, Multicoin Capital, Parafy Capital, Spartan Group. It launched in at the very end of 2020, immediately, I think, going on to Coinbase. And to be fair, it went to highs of $2.88. I'm not sure we'll see that high again, but we may well. The graph is an indexing protocol for querying data for networks like Ethereum, IPFS. It powers applications in both DeFi and Web3. Basically, anyone can build and publish open APIs called subgraphs that applications can query using GraphQL to retrieve blockchain data. There is a hosted service in production as well that makes it easier for developers to get started building on the graph and the decentralized network that will be launching, or probably has launched by now, to be fair. They support indexing data from Ethereum, IPFS, POA, and more are coming. There's been over 3,000 subgraphs deployed by thousands of developers from the biggest dApps in all of crypto, whether it's Uniswap, Synthetics, etc. They have over 200 indexer nodes, more than 2,000 curators and curator program. As I said, heavily backed, raised pretty damn good money in terms of 25 million. And the Graph Foundation actually completed the public GRT sale with participation from 99 countries. US was not one of them. The team includes professionals from the Ethereum Foundation, Open Zeppelin, Decentraland, Orchid, MuleSoft, leading up to the IPO and acquisition by Salesforce. You got Puppet, Red Hat, and Barclays. Yaniv Tal, Brandon Ramirez, and Yanis Polman are members of the co-founding team. And when we dive into the graph and where things are at, some of the numbers are pretty damn good. So you build faster, you can build faster, and it's 100% less servers. You spend up to 98% less per month by tapping into their data market. They have a 99.99% uptime. Now that is massive. Like, it is important that you don't have anything more than 0.01% downtime. That is, that can eventually lead to like days of downtime. Indexing nodes over 100. They have run 1.27 trillion queries since getting up and running. 75,000 projects use the graph. They are supporting over 90 networks. I mean, when I say this is the most used, the numbers speak for themselves. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. It's quite staggering. And I talk about this all the time because the thing is that the data is where money is. Like, all the big companies in the world make money from data. You know, one of the things Zuckerberg did when he started Facebook, actually, he traveled because he heard about the M-Pesa. The M-Pesa was literally a text message to send money. And it wasn't that it was the microtransaction that interested him. It was what the data told you about microtransaction, what that data about all these litany of microtransactions told you about a customer. And he realized that actually that all those pieces of data paint a picture of an individual, which can be, and that kind of system can be embedded into something like Facebook to tailor a user's experience, which then is tailored for advertising, marketing, and everything else. Data, and traveled, like he flew to the founder of the M-Pesa's house to find out more about this. Not because he wanted the M-Pesa, he wanted the data. And that's the thing. The data is where the money is. So you can see, obviously, it's 90 plus networks supported. Their products, you've got all the subgraphs, you've got substreams, you've got token API. If you just want to check out the Graph Explorer, you can see the current queries that are existing in the subgraphs. And again, you're seeing like a 24-hour window. You'll see over 3 million on some. You'll see over 70 million on some, hundreds of millions. I mean, graph networks for Arbitrum, there's been, in the last 30 days, 197 million queries. So again, put that into context. What is that? That is approximately 6 million queries a day. Uni version 3 base 45 million, so that's 1.5 million queries a day. You're seeing usage across the board. Graph allows for these chains and these dApps to run seamlessly. Like, it isn't sexy, it isn't fun, guys. It's data, it's dull. People are bored by data, and that's fair. Data is boring, but it is valuable. And the graph is the biggest, most important data service in crypto. There is no question about that. It simply is. Now, the question is what would happen if the graph collapsed? Because actually that gives you a context for how important the graph is. And it's a question worth asking. If the graph was to collapse, what happens with all these with all these dApps, with all these DeFi protocols? How negatively would these be impacted? Probably very significantly, right? Indexes, whether it's curators and delegators, earn income from the network proportional to the amount of work they perform and the GRT they stake. Indexes earn indexing rewards and query fees. Curators earn a portion of query fees for the subgraphs they signal on. Delegators earn a portion of income earned by the indexer they delegate to. There's a system in place where pretty much everyone is rewarded for participation in the system. It's built pretty perfectly right now. If it wasn't, it wouldn't have had over 1 trillion queries since being up and running. And the future just looks really strong here. You can't see this being anywhere but in that top 100. And it's surprising, to be honest, that it's as cheap as it is right now, because probably you can make a very valid argument that this is hugely undervalued right now. It does an enormous job across all of DeFi. You can make a very sound argument for this being worth at least $1, if not more, if it is going to be vital to the future health of the DeFi space, and you expect the DeFi space to be worth hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars in the future, then this can warrant arguably 100 billion market cap. It's just like it's not going to get there this year, but there is certainly an argument to be made. I think honestly this is undervalued. I think this is You know, I mean, I think the data speaks for itself in terms of usage. And there is a very sound argument for this to at least get to $1 this year, if not more. But like I said, data isn't sexy. Now, here's the question. What is the sexiest kind of projects to get into in crypto? What are the ones that excite you? What kind of categories? Is it DeFi? Is it gaming? Is it memes? What is it? Let me know in the comments. And if there is a particular coin out of that category that you really like, that you think is just not getting any love right now, let me know about it in the comments. I read them all the time, and I will happily do a video on that coin. And guys, we're in a bull cycle. Bitcoin will be going to new highs. Altcoin season is going to be kicking off. If not, it's already kicked off. If you're not happy with the cryptos you own, or you don't own any cryptos, have a look at copymycrypto.com. This is the site that I run, where I share my entire portfolio with my members. When I'm ready to buy or sell a crypto, I tell my members the crypto that I'm going to be buying or selling, the price that I'm going to be buying or selling that crypto at. So all my members get in and out of coins at the same price as me. They make the same profit. They have no work to do at all. On my site, you can see some of the profits my members have made. You can see some of my past successes. These are public record. Verify them all on the history of this channel. And if you like what you see, if you want to hear more, if you want to find out the cryptos I'm in, the ones I think are going to be the big winners of this bull cycle, like I predicted with Phantom back in 2020 when it went up nearly 700 times, all you have to do to find out about any of those coins is join up on the site. And if you do, guys, I'll see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.